As I sit here in my classroom, observing my classmates and their interactions, I can't help but think about the concept of winning friends and influencing people. It's a topic that has always interested me, as I've never been one to have a large group of friends or to seek out popularity. However, I do understand the importance of being able to navigate social situations and to build relationships with others. And one book that has had a profound impact on my understanding of interpersonal relationships is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This classic self-help book offers timeless advice on how to make a good impression, win people over to your way of thinking, and become a leader whom others will respect and follow. Carnegie's principles are based on fundamental human desires, such as the need to be appreciated and respected, and the desire to feel important and valued. The first step in winning friends and influencing people is to understand human nature. People are driven by their desires and fears, and if you can tap into those emotions, you can connect with them on a deeper level. This is why manipulation can be such an effective tool. By understanding what motivates someone, you can guide them in the direction you want them to go. However, manipulation is not always necessary. Sometimes simply being genuine and authentic can be enough to win someone over. People are drawn to those who are confident and self-assured, and by being true to yourself, you can project an air of strength and stability. This is not to say that you should never change or adapt to fit a situation, but rather that you should always be true to your core values and beliefs. Another important aspect of winning friends and influencing people is to be a good listener. People want to feel heard and understood, and by actively listening to what someone has to say, you can make them feel valued and appreciated. This can also give you insight into their thoughts and motivations, which can be useful in building a relationship with them. Additionally, it's important to be able to read social cues and body language. Nonverbal communication can often be just as important as verbal communication, and by understanding the subtle signals that people send, you can respond appropriately and build a stronger connection. When it comes to influencing people, it's important to remember that you can't force someone to do something they don't want to do. Instead, you should focus on persuading them to see things from your perspective. This can be done by presenting logical arguments and appealing to their emotions. By making a compelling case and appealing to their desires and fears, you can often get someone to see things your way. However, it's also important to be aware of your own limitations. You can't control everything, and sometimes things won't go your way. In these situations, it's important to be able to let go and move on. Don't waste your time and energy trying to force something that isn't meant to be. Pay attention to the sunk cost fallacy. In conclusion, winning friends and influencing people is a complex and nuanced process. It requires a deep understanding of human nature, the ability to read social cues, and the ability to communicate effectively. By being genuine, authentic, and confident, you can build strong relationships and influence those around you. However, it's also important to remember that you can't control everything, and sometimes things won't go your way. In these situations, it's important to be able to let go and move on. By applying these principles in my own life, I have been able to build strong relationships with classmates, teachers, and others in my community. I highly recommend How to Win Friends and Influence People to anyone who wants to improve their interpersonal skills and build stronger, more fulfilling relationships.